available for them to try and use. Have used it a couple times very successfully here. What's the early priority going to be in? Blind picking the Poppy, the most popular jungler nowadays. Yep. Even before you see enemy dashes on the team, just yoinking up this champion. Such a strong front line. We've seen the ultimate used very effectively to eject enemy junglers so you can then get the objective.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there are 4 champions with 90% pick ban or higher across top 4 leagues. Zeri, 100% pick ban, 100% win rate, only has 5 games. Oh, Draven actually locked in.
Just blind Draven before you even see like a Kalista or something? Hey. What? It's Hansama Draven, baby.
Well, that's fun. I was going to list a bunch of champions that are highly pick rate, but yeah, Talia, Poppy, Gnar, and Zeri, and well, 2 of them banned away. Poppy grabbed, just followed up with a Gnar, you know? We got the Draven, and we get a Gnar. Ooh, Wukong actually going to come through as well. Not nearly as common. Did get the jungle role nerfed quite a bit. A Team Liquid.
And actually, so here's my stance. So it's, yeah, okay, it did get nerfed a little bit on like, okay, the E damage to monsters and stuff, but the E actual damage to monsters didn't affect the clear speed that heavily for Wukong, because you still get the same amount of attack speed. You still, you know, get plenty out of your Q and stuff. Yep. So I still think it should be a very robust, you know, team fight pick and remain pretty prominent in pro play. So I like that they're actually mirroring the jungle pick for CLG here on 2, so they don't give anything else away and grab that one before they have to drop down the tier list a little bit. Yep. Plus it means Team Liquid do have engage. And that is something that they have lacked in quite a few of their team comps. So Team Liquid making some changes pretty quickly.
This does end up being globally the #1 and 2 most contested junglers in pro play on this patch. So going by the tier list, you go there. What surprised me, you mentioned the blind pick Draven here. CLG just grabbed 2 champions who are really good in Draven. He has to walk to do stuff. Guess what? Emax Misfortune's like a 60% slow. Draven gets to hobble during bullet time and make it rain. Like, it's gonna be a rough road for him. If he can get his way in, awesome. You land a handshake or an anchor, you can do a lot of damage there, of course, but if you don't land the anchor, Luger kites him forever, and Azir just strictly outranges him. And so I feel like it is frequently going to be very tough for Hans to play the lanes and the team fight out because of the early pick.
Well, it definitely is a signature champion from him, so he's going to have to rely on that specialty in this one. They lock up the Nautilus as well to pair with it. Always looking for those early kills on Draven, always looking to cash in, so Team Liquid definitely expect them to remain aggressive. As far as getting into the mid lane bans here for CLG, I think one of the most successful and best picks for mid lane for Team Liquid has for sure been the Swain for Bjergsen. It has been his most proactive champion, and since they are looking at hard engage with these team fights, they want 5-on-5s, surely they're going to think of the Swain coming there from Bjergsen.
Sure.
Azir is pretty good into it, can stay at range. Even so, though, Team Liquid have really had that strong synergy.
You see the movement coming through. CLG played a move against Team Liquid last time they fought. It was a close game for about 20 minutes, and then just a bunch of catastrophes in a row in the mid lane, and CLG just had never had cooldowns up for team fights anymore, and Team Liquid took Baron, won the game out. They still remember that Amumu was in there, and honestly, fits the comp. You know, Curses had bullet time is from way back in the day, probably 7 years ago at this point. Jungle Amumu, AD carry Misfortune, and you would just mash R together, and you'd win a team fight out of it. So is, I think, a strong lane pairing, so drop the table here as well. Amumu, I think, also pretty solid at scrapping against other fighters. Go hit the AD carry, go stun him twice, you look pretty good there. Gwen for Dhokla, gonna be dropped off as well. TL, I expect, will counterpick for Bwipo.
Interesting, too, with the Mordekaiser protection ban here from CLG, because CLG are expecting, yes, we're probably going to have to blind pick for Dhokla. So they don't want to get any sort of Mordekaiser counters. Maybe that signals just a strange tank from the top side. Mordekaiser is very good into all of the prominent top side tanks.
Yeah, I mean, this feels pretty Ornn-like as a comp, right? Hey, our backline damage is really good. Just protect the Azir. Stuns for Misfortune. We'll kill someone during it. Don't worry about it. So I can see that being the logic pretty easily. I'm always partial. Anytime I see Mordekaiser, I think of Yuumi. Just, I don't know, man. That pairing is so fun to just break that apart.
One thing's for sure, CLG definitely need counter engage, because Team Liquid, they are full dive. This is full short range dive comp. Layering the Lissandra on top of the Nautilus and Wukong just means they have all of the dive tools for Team Liquid. And CLG opt for a bit of split pushing then. If Team Liquid are going to group up for constant 5-on-5s and looking for these hard engages, CLG hoping they can get something done in the split push with the Fiora out on the side lanes. Fiora actually, throughout the history of the champion, has usually been used as a counter pick, but over the last couple patches has just risen to prominence as a blind pick.
Yeah, it really has, especially for CLG, who really love to carry through Dhokla. So the Poppy can certainly delay the Wukong engages, cannot do anything about Lissandra. None of her kit interacts poorly with Poppy.
The Alistar as well can be used to try and headbutt some of the engage away. So a little bit of disengage for Counter Logic Gaming. Azir, Poppy, Alistar, all of them with possible protection outs.
All right, fun though. We get the Graves into the top lane here for Bwipo. I don't expect it to be a Graves Wukong flex. Wukong pretty much exclusively a jungler. I don't think the 1v1 looks too good there either, though I could be corrected. There's a world, but it doesn't feel like Santorin's play, so to go for the Graves. Though I do think both champs are viable in both roles.
Yeah, I mean, Graves is actually a really good pick into the Fiora. Smokescreen does not get reposted. None of Graves, CC that comes in the most frustrating form is going to be dealt with by the Fiora. So you have your own dash to try and keep your distance, and really looking forward to what Bwipo can do with this, because Bwipo is a guy that we have always looked for to do big things with counter pick. And this is one he's trying to bring out here versus Big Dokes in the Fiora, the highlighted matchup of our rematch.
Clearly a major carry for the squad. They are clearly giving him 1v1 matchups. I want to see him get a bit more help from Palafox and Contractz, and we are into the rift. Let's see if we can have it happen. CLG and Team Liquid.
One thing's for sure, Phreak, I can guarantee you this is going to be a proactive Team Liquid game. There's no way you draft Wukong, Lissandra, Nautilus, Draven, and you do not get action going. They've even got the fans trying to urge them on.
Damn, it's like 5 versus 70. A typical Dhokla top lane experience, am I right? All right, 50 versus 70.
And a third party approaches. It's actually a battle royale.
Yeah,
CLG versus Team Liquid versus TSM.
Whose side would they be on? like if TSM is like here to decide the winner.
Who do you think? They would never be on CLG's side. Did you see Reggie's tweet?
I mean,
he'll never let them end up like CLG.
Thumbs up. Contractz has 100% of the DPM in this game. Snapshot it. That's a record. Huge performances here.
Monster Poppy.
Yeah. And Bjergsen's going to go ahead and get his aggressive trinket ward down. This will spot the Raptors play. He's going to be able to see. Yep, we all know what's going on there. You can't see him put the ward down. You know he did it, though. Dhokla will do a little bit of trading.
Yeah.
Bam! All right, tied now between Contractz and Palafox.
We gonna get constant updates?
No, not anymore. There we go. Yeah, too many now. We're done calculating.
Thank God.
You're welcome.
Thank God.
Yeah, no worries. So, into the lane right now we go. Looks like they're playing it very slowly. CLG are like, no, we're not getting level 2 first. We already know you have the pressure. Yep.
No aftershock this time.
Yeah.
So I like the repeat here from CoreJJ going back onto Poome. His aftershock is on cooldown. And get a little bit more damage on the front line.
Sure. But it's actually worth noting, though, that, I mean, you know, you're kind of happy to hit the Nautilus in the first place, but especially with, really big trading. Bwipo is level 2 first, and Dhokla has no chance of fighting this one, so Bwipo happily dealing so much damage, dodges the Q, but wow, Dhokla is nearly out of this lane. Might want a potion, but holding on for now.
Really good use of the early level 2 there for Bwipo. Rushes forward on him, trying to make use of his counter pick Graves, as we said. Does so getting control of the lane super early on. Unfortunately, you know, both junglers are heading towards the bottom side of the map, so there's no help in sight for Big Dokes, as you mentioned. Oftentimes has been left on his own up there to deal with whatever sort of matchup he's in. This is going to be the similar case this time around. Should be able to scrap together some of the CS here at the turret, though.
Yeah, this one feels more appropriate to be pathing towards bot. I mean, you've got double engage supports and no escape AD carries down there.
You've got a Draven, okay?
Yeah, right. Draven automatically is probably the lane, but I think very much rational for both junglers to be like, no. Bot lane is the action. This is where we're getting stuff going on. They can play for the highway down there, get the vision control, because Nautilus and Alistar roams both can look really good against mid lane.
And that's why I think it was an intelligent draft from Team Liquid. You know, they know very well when you're first picking a Draven, both junglers, both teams are going to be thinking about that lane and the snowball of the adoration stacks. And so it allows you to get a lot of use out of a red side counter pick for top lane. CoreJJ waiting for Hansama to get back. The lane is pushing right towards them, so they have every opportunity to manipulate this. Contractz comes for a bit of a shadow, I would say, because he's looking much more for a counter engage here. Some sort of force they're expecting from Team Liquid.
Yep, and kind of gonna walk up. They're gonna, oh, good flash away. Nice attempt. This could be a re-engage. Looks not bad. Into the wall. Has Aftershock though into the wall. They go on to Santorin, but no, they've got an untouched Draven. Contractz chunk low. Luger the same. If they get a flash auto, they could die. CoreJJ's passive must have been down because flash auto could have signaled death there.
When junglers collide.
Palafox, big damage. Doesn't have it quite. If you had WQ up, but I think Q was still down. Just came up this second. That could have been range for flash, WQ, and an auto, and that would be a kill. So, mid lane to stay alive. No one dead bot lane either. The wave, interesting spot down to the bottom side as well.
Yeah, it should be in the hands of Team Liquid quite easily there. Meanwhile, mid lane actually in Palafox's hands as he gets a little bit of a CS lead and keeps the wave in a nice spot for himself versus Bjergsen after forcing that teleport through the very aggressive trade. No kill though means doesn't really matter for the extended part of the game. Just going to be basically one wave of CS lead here for the Azir.
And the real payout of any of these trades is how good is my recall compared to yours? Because Bjergsen upgraded Corrupting Potion, Doran's Ring, Amp Tome. Okay, Palafox, what's your recall going to be? Are you going to get all the way to Last Chapter? Is it going to be Boots and double Amp Tome or something? Like what, how good is it going to look for you? Because that's what you're ultimately trying to pay for, is a better recall or, hey, we're in lane together for 4 minutes and my items are so much better, I have infinite control.
Much easier.
And he's almost Last Chapter.
Use time here on the roam too. Bjergsen hovers into the jungle, gets that deep vision, but it's actually going to be screened here by Poome. So he susses it out, finds the control ward. The Raptor Pit replacement, though, will live.
So I want to hyper-focus now on how mid lane plays out for the next 4 minutes, because Palafox successfully got the better recall. Lost Chapter is absurdly overpowered. Pretty much any of these like mythic component items, Noon Quiver, Iron Spike Whip, like all that stuff, they're so damn strong. If you can get that power play opponent, you win your lane.
He's not going to be out of mana next time.
Yeah.
Definitely going to be ready. Especially because Azir just trying to shove in the Lissandra neutralizes the Lissandra's possibility of those roams or greatly punishes them. So Bjergsen, we already saw him looking for these wards down towards bottom lane, these roam attempts. With the Lost Chapter mana, easy wave control. Here we go for another engage. Contractz is on the Krugs right now. Could get there for a delay.
Good headbutt, but he's out of health. Poome's gonna die. First blood claimed by Wukong. Sadly not giving it Hansama, but it's Team Liquid on the board.
Just keep trying, Phreak. Keep on ganking that Draven lane. Eventually you're gonna get it. No flash means no escape, and they're finally rewarded. The actual kill credit going to Santorin though, so yeah, no cash out there for Hansama yet. He is currently at 165 adoration stacks.
It's gonna be a good payout if you can get it. Recall, stop, not quite there. Actually looks like it was a little shy, so CoreJJ gonna be able to get back in the lane in time. Again, sad to only be assists. 100 gold goes to each Hansama and CoreJJ from that.
Yeah, it is, on top of that though, a giant CS lead for Hansama. So very high value from the repeated ganks here from Santorin. Poome did the headbutt away on Wukong, but didn't matter because CoreJJ is going to find that hook there for Nautilus. The Wukong, the less scary of all of these engagers on the bottom side.
True.
And they find the kill, plus they sustain this almost 20 CS lead for Hansama.
So 1,100 gold puts Team Liquid ahead. Have not seen neutrals claim just yet. We are going to see Herald up in 30 seconds. And a play that we saw out of EG, and I believe Team Liquid as well, was double recall at like either 8 minutes or 8:30, and you sent your mid lane bot lane, and the dual lane played mid, and that was your setup for Herald. It allowed you to pivot to Dragon if needed, but play for Herald as well, so I want to see if this is a play that's picked up again.
Yeah, it's really difficult though, because Team Liquid, they both want to keep their bottom lane in the 2v2 because they're dominating, and they have lane control. So they can push up, and CLG doesn't get to roam first. We see, again, Hansama pushes the lane, they half roam up this river, and just because you've got lane priority on bottom side of the map, it allows Wukong and Lissandra to pick up that rift field, so they don't have to make a complete swap here. Team Liquid really playing well off this bottom lane pressure.
Yeah, they drop a wave, well, allow CLG to push the wave in on the bottom side and then say, okay, great, yep, it's a formality, it's ours, cool, thank you very much. And yeah, they get the scraps down there. They lost maybe 40 gold. CLG can try for this Drake. Again, Azir should have lane control. He's got a blue, he's got a Lost Chapter. I think if he didn't have control like this, they probably couldn't play for it, but because mid gets first move, Bjergsen's under turret. Doesn't matter how far ahead Core and Hansama are, CLG are able to trade an objective on the bottom side. Poome holds the brush. Nice by Hansama, knows the trinket placement to drop that one over the wall into the brush, and CLG off of Palafox's laning, able to get a Drake as an answer.
Yep. Bjergsen goes up to help with the Rift Herald. Palafox goes down to help with the Dragon. And I think Team Liquid very, very happy with the state of the snowball right now. Being the ones with the Rift Herald in your hands, there's no surprise that possible big bottom lane repeat ganks are on the horizon. CoreJJ trying to get as many little cooldowns out of this bottom lane as possible beforehand, trying to prep it for the level 6+ Wukong that will come in with access to ultimate here. Santorin has flash as well.
I think level 6 is going to be really important for CLG though, because since it is Glacial on CoreJJ, he hooks on an Alistar. Alistar headbutts or just pulverizes, and that's what will do about half of CoreJJ's health. So if there is ever help, you can kind of just finish that kill with someone coming around. And as soon as Poome becomes invincible with his ultimate, they're kind of happy to take those fights.
Let me draw this scenario, though, for you. You've got a Santorin push out mid lane for the Lissandra, and a Wukong 6 with a Lissandra 6 comes to gank your Misfortune.
Yeah, she does.
Great, your Alistar survives, but your Misfortune has a 0% chance of living.
No. And even if weren't there, nearly, I think, even with the claw of Bjergsen, his ult, everything was up. Like, CC chain, you maybe even hard dive that, and it almost works, but holds it for now. But you can see that Fog of War. Palafox, like, if that claw goes right now, he's probably getting chain stunned.
And I just love that Team Liquid are actually sticking to their early game plan. They draft the defensive stuff. They're actually forcing it.
Next flash, good reflex by Palafox, gets away. Team Liquid did not go for anything too big. A nice attempt, obviously, but no kill found. Palafox playing far enough back. He's able to play around on reflexes.
And so we've been focusing.
Nice Contractz.
I love that spot.
Oh, is this actually a play? He's been ulted to stick in place. The clone, Palafox walks around it. He wants the shuffle. Flash, double scoop. Is it going to be enough? They tackle Wukong in, and they're going to get one back. CLG won't die.
Poppy Azir, Phreak. This is our new favorite combo we see over and over again. Palafox goes in with the slide, and then after he sees the flash from Santorin, he knows, okay, now there's no way they can dodge this. Palafox goes in for the flash, Azir wall. Poppy can stun people into the Azir wall, and they get the combo, getting the kill back for themselves. It starts out with a jungle yoink, crab supremacy into actual extra damage here. So Contractz gets the ultimate out of Santorin. Both charges used there. Cut short on the second one for the extra W there, and then Palafox, as we said, goes for the flash for the double sweep. You can Poppy stun as it's going through, and they get their jungle kill plus the crab reward. And again, what I was just about to talk about, we focus so much on Team Liquid because they're the ones with the snowball comp. They're the ones with all of the proactive tools early, but CLG do have some very nice scaling opportunities here with both the Azir and the Fiora on top side.
For sure, top end turret should die. Bwipo gonna go ahead and get solo gold right now, plus 610, but Contractz is on the way. Here's the ulti. Dhokla, do you have enough damage? Ult already comes through. Decent coming across right now, but a red smite. Contractz should have enough. The flash. Blast picture is part of it. Bwipo's flash is already down. Spends his flash to get 300 gold in his pocket.
Yeah, they both flash there. Bwipo also flashing. Dhokla goes in. He wants that money, okay? I don't want just an assist freak for my Fiora. I want the kill money.
Ultis, yes indeed. Wow, Hansama has a flash. He's already got his upgraded mythic as well, so the shield bow keeps him alive, but that was everything forced out. Really good engaged by Poome.
All right, here comes the Lissandra roam, though. Bjergsen in Fog of War as Contractz is coming down, so there is a Lissandra lurking around.
Yep, that's a forced flash. CoreJJ's flash came back up. That would have been an easy kill off headbutt and pulverize.
Contractz here on the Poppy, zooming around the map to make plays. He just hit all 3 lanes, Phreak. They make the jungle kill on mid lane. They make the top kill in payment for that tower going down, and then gets the extra flash on bottom side. This man is just running a race all over Summoner's Rift.
Palafox able to play safely enough. I mean, again, Lissandra, you don't have cleanse. Lissandra Wukong can end you, but he's played well enough to never get picked off there. The previous fight, I wanted to call it out, the 2-on-2 with Contractz. He played it actually perfectly, right? Sidestepped around the Wukong clone ultimate, held his flash to Wukong, flashed it, okay, now I have the guaranteed double scoop. Like, every single choice he made was the best possible choice he could have made. So Palafox is on fire in this game, highest CS in the game. He's got a kill here as well. I want to give him a lot of credit because we don't talk about him much, but he is impeccable so far in this match.
Yeah, huge part of CLG, and it's actually a different look for them. We focused so much when CLG was having their success on Palafox roaming. It was all about him playing Talia or Twisted Fate, ganking bottom side, then moving with Contractz on some of these aggressive engages. But this is a different look for CLG. They've got him on the control mage in mid lane. He's the one that's fed. They're starting Dragon Flash.
Oh, that's going to hurt a lot. Will he survive? Scoops away, buys some time, but he's still stunned up by Lissandra, runs away, 300 health, Ignite is on. They're going to get Santorin. Yes, they will. CLG on the board of the third, but here comes Bwipo. Careful, because the assassination could be there. A lot of low health bars in CLG. Luger has to be afraid. Ulti is going to be up in a second. They might find the fight. Dragon claimed, and it's going to be TL backing off.
Yeah, it looked funny because CLG knew there's no smite on Team Liquid. The kill they got is Santorin, and so Dhokla's inside. He's like, don't worry, I can get this dragon low enough. And Contractz walks around the back to flash in to go secure the objective after they get it. Big disengage there from Palafox. The Azir wall. Phreak, from our draft, we were talking about the big disengage opportunities here from Azir, Alistar, and Poppy versus all of the hard engage on Team Liquid. And this time around, it was the disengage that came out on top. So CoreJJ goes for the engage onto Azir. Wall pushes back both him and Santorin. And then Bjergsen, look, he's out of mana on Lissandra, so he couldn't take the claw over to go kill Palafox. Didn't want to go for the engage. Santorin got hung up on that wall. Too many body blockers there with Poome, Alistar guarding the front door.
Yeah, I couldn't tell if that was Flash or Hex Flash for the Poppy. I think it was Hex Flash at that point, but who cares? It was pretty exciting. Well done. The CLG managed to find themselves a kill in the team fight as well as specifically the Dragon. So 2-0 Drake lead. The gold lead for Team Liquid, by the way, we saw FTX total gold. Bwipo was up 1,000 gold on second place. That's all turret gold.
Yeah.
Other than that, though, Dhokla has kept up in farm. Obviously, kept up in KDA. To be fair, it's infinitely better. And CLG are working back a small deficit, but with 2 Drakes, scoreboard's not that bad.
Yeah. Bwipo here is doing a lot of the pushing, like you're talking about. Turret plate money, some of it coming from that Rift Herald activation to help him get that first turret bonus gold as well on top of all the plates in the top turret, and now he's transferring that lead down to the bottom side of the map. So the golden inventory for Bwipo is the Team Liquid advantage, basically. That split push in the early game definitely going to be what they want to leverage. Dhokla trying to do what he can to scrape together CS and keep up as much as he can while the turret takes damage, though.
It's getting lower and lower and lower on the way towards Kempo. Chainsword, I have to assume. CoreJJ might be here for a dive because if the turret falls, you win that 2v1. Dhokla, I don't think has the outplay available. It looks like it's CoreJJ just giving him the control ward to spot Contractz moving over. We'll track the roams pretty well. Dhokla's like, anything going on here? All right, look, I'm losing this turret. He knows he's going to lose it.
Yep.
And Bwipo really can't deny much farm since there's a cannon minion there. If it was not a cannon, I think, yeah, you can play it past slowly, you know, deny maybe 3 minions there, but Dhokla's like, I'm losing the turret no matter what. I don't get anything denied because of the cannon wave, so we'll take Krugs.
Yeah, that was a very clear split map. Everybody knows CLG, 4 people on top side, so Dhokla just goes to scrape together a little bit of Krug money while Team Liquid fully invaded their bottom side of the map. They left behind vision. Every time that you have a split map, by the way, you should be assuming that your opponent has vision left behind in that side of the map. So for Team Liquid, they should assume there are wards anywhere and everywhere all over their red quadrant. Same for CLG. So Contractz, when he's retaking ground here, when you go for the reset, basically, and you're retaking your own jungle, you have to use your sweeper, look for all of the straggling wards behind. You can see there's a control ward there, deep behind the red buff, plus there's the classic Raptor ward here.
Zero turret falls from the Rebel of, I believe, top lane as he'd pushed that one in a little while ago.
They haven't found either of the wards either, though, and Dhokla getting chased down.
Santorin now spotted, so Contractz on the way. They've got Poome nearby as well, 3-on-3 in a second, and with them known about the wards, yeah, it's going to be a back off right now. Bwipo is going to drop a melee minion of gold, but a nice attempt there on the kill on Dhokla. Fight for wards, and now Poome sees that there are some. Clears it safely, knows the retreat is in for TL. Mid now under pressure.
Speaking of those wards, they could be flank wards for Bjergsen. Bjergsen on the Lissandra, looking for a flank angle right now from base. He's got his teleport ready. It's unleashed. Team Liquid grouping up towards the mid lane. Is he going to go for it? He starts heading out of base. They don't see the angle. Too many flank wards here from CLG. That was the possibility of a big 5-on-5 there. This ward Bwipo standing on right there, they could have had Bjergsen teleport in, Lissandra flank, but they call it off as CLG get their objective and retreat without any casualties.
Mid lane tower, though, just going to lose an entire wave to it right now as the recalls do come through out of CLG. They got mid turret thanks to the second Rift Herald. However, no one was, I believe, close enough for local gold, so though the map control is there, 250 gold has been deleted from the map, never to be claimed again. Still, though, relatively close game. 1,000 gold is roughly what the previous game sat at between the two teams. For the longest time, it was about 1K back and forth, and then it was about this point in time where things broke apart for CLG. They found the better team fights, they found the pressure, and started forcing desynced ultimate cooldowns and used that to get a Baron. We're going to see this one now as Poome and Contractz might find a way in on Team Liquid. Bwipo.
All right, watch these flank angles. Lissandra last seen up here by the blue buff. CLG trying to find the flankers. They're actually chunking down Bjergsen, try and go after him before he can get around to the back line. Luger, you can see, playing way back there on the MF, and he's actually pushing this mid wave while Team Liquid are starting up the Dragon. So CLG pushing the wave first. Teleport really deep.
Okay, and they don't know about it just yet, so is it going to be a scary fight? Contractz have to pull his ult up pretty soon to find someone to knock down. They see him now, they got to get back and get ready for Bjergsen. Here comes the windup. Who's he going to find? Not going to get anybody on this one. Engage comes back in. They know Bjergsen's behind, though. Is it going to be enough? Poome, dangerously low. Ignite won't quite kill him. But here comes Bjergsen. Pushed around. Hansama knocks down Poome. And the Subtlety buys some time. They're going to find a whole lot more. Here's the bullet time, but it won't be a single kill because Team Liquid have the flashes. Contractz jumps in to buy some time for his team. But TL got what they wanted.
Woo, that was huge for them. The multiple layers of engage for Team Liquid. Bjergsen with the super deep teleport, and even though they saw him, he makes CLG panic there, splitting their defenses. And Team Liquid, they get the Dragon, they stop that CLG Dragon stacking, and with the extra kills, up on money.
We're actually on a war, but will it be enough for Contractz there? Maybe not. Okay. Dancing back and forth. Bwipo knows his range. Dhokla's not going to be able to find him. Flash Red Buff had a chance. Doesn't go for much, though, and the wave will drop down. 3,500 gold lead. Team Liquid at the first Drake.
What a big one here for Team Liquid. Let's take a look at it again. So they see Bjergsen up on top side. Contractz does not hit anybody with the Poppy ult, but Poome engages regardless. And even with the Alistar ultimate on, you know, Ignite burning and the DPS focus on him, he gets so low, he gets picked up there by Hansama. Nice movement there with the ultimate. You think, oh, maybe there's a chance, but it's just too late for the sweep into Misfortune ultimate, and all of Team Liquid can move right out of it.
Yeah, it is rough. I mean, you are team fighting on a Fiora, and, you know, you don't get that much output. You can see the damage there. I mean, not much you can do. Obviously, yeah, Bwipo, sure, he's winning his lane, right? He got counterpick, he got a solo tower, basically. Yep, he's doing a whole lot more, but that is so much damage comparatively. Fiora just can't do that in a team fight.
Yeah, it's all into the front line, too. He chunks down so much damage into Poome and then into Contractz. Basically spraying everybody there on CLG. They definitely, for CLG side, need a more well-constructed front line. Team Liquid getting the flank there and having the extra angle, forcing their back line to back off, not being able to DPS during the engage. Really, really big difference in the team fight.
All right, they're running for a little bit more. Will not burn the ulti, as Bwipo has his own, although honestly, I feel like, you know, maybe he has the damage anyway. If he, you know, ults back, you flash follow, the ult might be enough damage, I don't know, but Dhokla not going for broke here in the side lane, is down an item right now, as Chempunk Chainsword is done for Bwipo, and maybe at Ravenous Hydra we'll see Dhokla try again and push his luck. Has kept up in levels, but, you know, still down 30 CS.
And this is huge news for Team Liquid. You know, Team Liquid fans were, you know, starting to get a little bit worried for themselves. There's just such big expectations on this team, and they were looking for bigger, more effective use of the counter picks from Bwipo specifically, and he does just that in this game.
And cool to see. I mean, he is a really exceptional player. I see that he is doing so much for the top diff on this one, and Santorin gets over the wall. Contractz can't find him out of that one. W, I believe, will disjoint or break apart Wukong W, so if you can get that one in the way, you can keep him from getting over the wall, but Able to get out in time is Santorin. Not going to be much of a concern. Looks here for Hansama, but not much. A bunch of CC. Does have his team around. Not really. CoreJJ there for the anchor at the end.
Yeah, close. He was going for this little wall right there. Doesn't quite get it. Nice attempt, but doesn't really cost too much from him. Again, Hex Flash is getting a lot of value out of the Hex Flash here from the Poppy. Going for some of these plays. Hansama, though, walks it out. No flash, no heal having to be used.
So we move up again as we knock down the wave here in the mid lane. Hansama going to keep the stacks going. Did get the execute. Keep in mind, a while back, his ultimate now executes based on adoration stack. So, you know, finish off that Alistar kill. Got a ton of gold out of it. That's why I thought the gold lead is so big. Probably near to 1,000 gold out of this one.
Flank on Dhokla.
Yeah, on the bottom lane. If you can do, a predictive... Oh, okay, he can get away from this one. Reads it out. Burns TP. Graves cannot stop teleports. He's like, I'm gone. I'll push top lane or recall.
Exactly. That's the one drawback. Yes, Graves, none of your stuff can get interrupted or blocked by the riposte. Nothing's going to proc a stun, but because you don't have hard CC, also can't stop the teleports there. Dhokla gets out.
Poome, lasting mechanics, gets 3-ish. Huge. Income skyrocketing here for the CLG support. Still, though, CoreJJ out CSing, so, old AD carry tactics never die, Just better at farming, typical. Top scout are going to go the way of CLG. They do not have to play for this dragon. This is the 4th of the game, but it'll be 2-2 if TL get it. I think if TL have the control, they have the vision, I think CLG should look for something to do across the map. But top lane's being given up. They're bringing Azir down. They're saying, no, you know what? We'll just team fight again. We'll just team fight again. Top lane tier 2 could be a pot of gold. What does it do? Well, it's fight dragon or draw 2. And, well, they fight dragon. So,
speaking of supports, really, really big possible plays from CoreJJ with the stopwatch this time. Big advantage for these front lines, especially since Poome has been going for just what's in front. And generally, you think, okay, the Nautilus is going to be squishy. It's a glacial augment, frontline champion. You think you can burn it down, but if you don't check and you don't see that the stopwatch is there, you can get baited. CLG trying to draw Team Liquid over to them at the Baron.
Hoping they were going to be a bit lazy with the Baron setup, but no, it is, or the Dragon itself. TL still don't know for sure. Controlled over the wall, now they know. Team's going to start pretty soon. Frontline found. Flash, headbutt, pulverize, and they get rid of Wukong. Here comes the team fight. Is it going to be enough? It was only the clone they killed, and down goes Fiora. A great ulti for Bjergsen. Gets away with it, the Zonia's, but the support is down. 1 hit left, and Santorin will stay alive. They get Bjergsen, though. For Palafox! He's only going to kill a clone, but can he find Wukong himself? He got again, 200 HP. Hansama flash for a slow. I don't know if Luger actually wins this one. He could try for the autos. It won't kill him in 1 auto attack. Hansama could maybe turn for 2. With Stretch, he might win. He might win. No, it's Luger finding the shot, getting the kill. And it's only Santorin left alive. Contractz is up. And CLG win a team fight.
And they're taking all of the jungle as their rewards, Phreak. They should move right over the dragon. They take the red buff. They take the wolf. They're going to take that dragon. They take the team fight. And what is that I hear? CLG chants in the audience. It has been a long, long time, Phreak.
It has, but it's cool to see. Thank you all for showing up today and cheering for your favorites, especially if that favorite team is CLG, because they're winning right now. Rocket flip the switch replay. Beautiful by CLG.
So, ejection there, really nice. Oh, it's on the clone.
Yeah, it was clone.
From Contractz. Poome got the hard engage on a Hansama, though, and so there was no Draven damage for the majority of this fight. Then it's all about the Luger ultimate over the top. And even as Bjergsen comes out of that immunity on the Lissandra, Luger pops him, Palafox goes in to sweep everybody else back. All right, we're right back to live. You can see they're going to fight over some vision around the Baron. Misfortune always gets these chase downs. Strut Phreak is my favorite part of this AD carry. So much move speed. You're always going to be able to chase them down. You get to rotate quicker for objectives. Very, very interesting part of the champion. Luger making full use there. 0 damage to champions from Contractz because he ulted the clone.
The clone. Poor guy. Tried his best. Wasn't enough for the rest of the team to work.
The clone was used in reaction, so it's like it's not your fault. You can always just W away, and the clone will block it for you. So it's props to Santorin for using the W correctly.
For sure. You say he got a W off of how he played that one. Now, we've got 3.5 minutes to go until an Ocean Soul for CLG, if they can keep up in this game. TL, yes, they're winning as a gold lead. I think any given team fight can look great for them, but, you flip a coin on Dragon, CLG's happy to take a coin flip, because you try a few times in a row, probably getting soul for yourself. So I think they can feel comfortable how this game is going. They know they can clearly win it. Their team fights have looked good with the paired Palafox Luger ultimates.
I would still say, though, Team Liquid, if they can get a better engage with flank angles and disrupt the CLG backline like they did the first time around, Team Liquid are very, very capable of still winning one of these big team fights. It comes down to execution and preparation. The preparation of all your wards at your sides for the flanks from CLG. Because we've seen Bwipo is just a massive difference in frontline DPS towards Dhokla every single time, even in that fight. Bwipo crushes him down. He kills Dhokla first in the team fight. He crushes down these side lanes. So Team Liquid are still ahead in gold, Phreak. They still have the possibilities of getting the flanks for their team fight. CLG, they're going to say, all right, fine, do it then. Yep. Show it to us.
The Graves has all the gold, and he's far away right now. 8,000 health left on Baron. What's the team fight going to look like? Because Graves is still going to stay on this bottom side. He's still split pushing. So can they deal with Santorin? Control it in the pit. Flash engage for Poome. CoreJJ reasonably squishy. Going to find a stun toward Palafox. I mean, they can't find the engage. Inhibitor dropping pretty soon. At what point does Dhokla feel like he can take a fight? Because clearly, unperturbed as Bwipo ult comes in, gets one stack, goes for the rest of them. Number 3 cannot get number 4, riposte for a slow. Then as he hugs the wall, can't get the rest of the kill. So well done to Bwipo hugging the wall. He's gonna stay right back up, re-engage towards core, stopwatch. But you know you are dead for this one. No way he lives. Luger knocks him down, but they trade for an inhibitor. Scoop comes in for Palafox. No jungler for TL. The recall comes in, and with the Baron on the plate, Bwipo can't do much else.
Bwipo takes the win in the split push, getting the inhibitor, but CLG get the win in the 4v4. Big engage there, and their rewards will be Baron. You are happy to sacrifice one inhibitor for the Baron for sure on the side of CLG. Attempt at the steal, just wait it out. Yep. You can see it, no problem. Big Bwipo, wide Bwipo, still doing work. Again, Phreak, it's that top laner story. Win lane, but the rest of the team getting advantages for CLG. Dhokla now wearing purple means that he's gonna have the pushing advantage. Buffing up his minions. He's scaling here with the Fiora. 2 items trying to catch up to Bwipo in the side lane. The Ravenous Hydra at least does a lot for quickly pushing the waves for him. See if this actually all comes to fruition around this dragon. 45 seconds on the setup here for this dragon. Ocean Soul again, as you said, Phreak, you can keep flipping that coin for CLG. They like their odds, hoping that eventually they will finish the soul with one more dragon.
Yeah, this one feels more like roll a d6, don't hit a 1, it's yours. Bjergsen nearly gets killed, but the riposte is down. Dhokla has to jump away, but Bjergsen, though he has TP, has no ult for this fight.
That's exactly. Lissandra with no ult is a significant power downgrade. Very, very difficult now for Team Liquid to actually win the team fight.
Oh, headbutt didn't connect with Pulverize. I don't know if Poome hit Q late or what, but that would have been a death on the CoreJJ.
Grease cheese! What was that?
Oh man, yeah, maybe.
Only shout out to the players, watchers. Go check it out. CLG though gonna pick up that soul.
It is gonna be soul.
The House of Dragons, baby.
Hell yeah, the House of Dragons soul. Thank you very much, CLG, on a gold deficit, but they are playing the map better. Again, handling, honestly, how much split push Bwipo has had, taking down an inhibitor, but CLG are winning the team fights 9-4. Looking to go 6-5 in the record. And think about how this game went, Phreak. You know, straight from draft, we're looking at Team Liquid to make proactive plays. They have so much hard engage. They're winning bottom there with Hansama, CoreJJ, Bwipo winning the side lane. But CLG rely on their team play, the 5-on-5. And now with Baron, Santorin's looking for the flank. Long flank from Bjergsen. Look at Bjergsen coming up from behind the lane. Ulti is up. How's it going to play out? Holding the Poppy ulti. Who are you going to get rid of? That's going to be enough right there because, again, Palafox finds him. And Palafox finds his man. Down goes Bjergsen. He won in lane. He won in team fights. He won in split push. He won in flanks. And Palafox finds a massive mid-diff in this game. 32 minutes in, CLG finally take the gold lead. They're going to get revenge on Team Liquid, it looks like. Contractz is in for Bwipo, maybe Core, maybe someone else. Hansama holds the mid lane, and they're going to find bottom inhibitor now as well. Bwipo still tries to hold on to what he can, but the base keeps falling around him.
CLG at the gates, Phreak. The analyst desk all predicting against them. That's just what they want for Counter Logic Gaming. 5 people with Baron buff. Team Liquid, 4 members trying to defend.
10 seconds. Here's the first knockup. Bwipo able to jump back to safety. One turret falls, though. On to the next one. Here comes a dive for Santorin, but he can't find much. Tackled around. Stopwatch burn. Second turret's going to fall as well. Stay for the Wukong kill. Flash to safety. In goes CoreJJ. Is going to be enough, though. Poome is low. Bjergsen finds a single. And they're going to go back on to CoreJJ as well. Contractz trades it back. 3v2. I believe the scoreline now. They're going to dive in for more. Yet again, he keeps hitting it. Palafox sets him up a triple for Contractz, a Bud Light ace, and a massive mid-diff, a canyon, as Palafox crushes Bjergsen and all of Team Liquid.
Palafox and Contractz, mid-jungle duo. Huge stuff versus Team Liquid here. CLG have proven time and again this split, Phreak.
Yeah.
They will take games off the top teams. They will beat the teams at the top of the standings. Team Liquid were in second place. Evil Geniuses were in first place when they beat them as well. CLG are here to play. This is a new era of CLG, and I like the way it looks.
Well, they went from 9th and 10th place, several spots in a row, to a team that can topple giants here in the LCS. I am still just so excited about how well Palafox played that game. I know that there were other great performances here on CLG, but damn, every single team fight. I mean, he smashed lane, had the power that got in the first dragon. Every single team fight, double scoop, triple scoop, just every single team fight felt like he was the single biggest difference maker among a bunch of other heavy hitters. What an exciting game. What a great player. CLG get to end this week saying, all right, right now we're in 5th. We're a game above C9. We're one game back on TL, who was just in 2nd. And you got 7 still to play. Like,
it's
you
wide open, baby. The LCS is wide open, except for that first place spot.
That one's locked down.
That one's spoken for. The Evil Geniuses looking down at everybody, and it is so fun to watch. What a spectacle here. I really like the difference in team compositions and how it plays out. Team Liquid did play to their early game priority, getting a lot of these advantages. And Bwipo, to his credit, split pushes hard out, but it was all just futile. The Azir too much.
Well, really, really beautiful game from CLG. After the break, Team Liquid Honda's own Bwipo is joining the analyst.